Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March 16th. It is FOMC. It is 6:21. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. So let me set up this room real quick, and then we'll get started with our live trading session for the day. So I've got this all set up right here. Get this going over here. Good. Solid. That's good. All right, cool. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, cool. Looks good, guys. All right, cool. People are starting to make their way in. So give it a few minutes. All right, so I'm going to get started with marking up the liquidity over here. I'll do this real quick. All right, good morning, everybody. It's 6:23 right now, Wednesday, March 16th. Today's Fed day. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. We do have some time. There's no real rush, but I'm going to go and just mark up the liquidity right now so that we can get started and make sure that we have everything all marked up here before market opens. So as you guys can see, if you guys have access to the K2 high-low indicator, it's super simple to set up these areas of liquidity. You just got to set up these lines over here where the high lows are. So I think that's it for here. It's not too, there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom side. So I do think price can be pretty bearish today. And then I think later on, it's going to pick back up with the Fed speaking like around 11 today, later on in the session. So got that marked up right there. Let's see who's here in the room. All right, Siri, morning. Morning, Brenda. Morning, Miles. Morning, Peter. Morning, Robbie. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Marlon. Morning, Dell. Morning, Maria. Morning, Lisa. Nice. Terry said I already made 7K on FTMO challenge. So you're almost there, Terry. I think you got like about 3K to go. Morning, Jez. Morning, TJ. Solange. Morning, Rain. Morning, Maddie. Morning, Professor. Morning, iPhone. Morning, everybody. Morning, Jennifer. All right, so let me mark up the liquidity here on a clean chart as well. Once I'm done with this, I think there should be enough people in the room to start with our analysis for the day. So at 6:24, market's going to open in about 6 minutes. So we do have quite a bit of some time. It's no real rush. I also got to check. I think there was news pre-market too, so I'll have to mark up that as well, which I will find in the forex factory calendar as well. All right, for the most part, it looks pretty solid right here. All right, cool. All of liquidity is, pretty much marked up for the most part. So we're good with that. Here on the clean chart as well, I'm going to mark up a few times here, like 6:30 market open, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and possibly 9 over here. All right, so for the most part, that's good. Let me check the retail sentiment now. It looks like majority of people are here. So morning, Jay, morning, Slava, morning, Steven, morning, Dave, morning, Jennifer, morning, everybody. All right, guys, so it looks like a lot of people are in here already. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 50-50. So it's pretty much right down the middle. There's no bias here with regards to retail sentiment. It's it's basically right down the middle, 51-50%. So there's not really going to be much of a bias here with regards to retail sentiment. So we're not really going to be able to use this unless it starts to push one way or the other. Our main factor here is going to be the fundamentals. So looking at the fundamentals right now, it's currently up 291 points. We'll see what happens when the market opens in the next 4 minutes. There's some breaking news over here on CNBC. It says Ukraine President Zelensky cites Pearl Harbor in asking US to help fight the Russian invasion. So looking at this over here, and we'll see. We'll see if the US jumps into this war. If they jump into this war, things are going to get really messy. Obviously, you're going to see price starting to go crazy. But other than that, looking over at the indices for this morning pre-market, the Dow's up 279 points, S&P's up 38 points, Nasdaq's up 184 points, oil's up 1.5%. Sorry. All right, guys. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Surin. Morning, everybody. All right, so it looks like majority of people are in here. Anyways, sorry, back to what I was saying. Pre-market over here, the Dow's up 282 points, S&P's up 40 points, Nasdaq's up 185 points, oil's currently up, and the 10-year bond is up as well. So across the board, pretty much everything is pretty bullish. I don't think this is going to hold up when the market actually opens. But midway through the market, I think it's going to swing back up again because we do have the Fed speaking. Looking over here at the calendar, we have today's Wednesday, March 16th. We had news over here at 5:30. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark up news price, which was 5:30, right over here. I'm going to color that pink. So we got news price right there. There we go. Other than that, I think that's it for our markups today. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Matt. Morning, John. Morning, David. Morning, everybody. All right. So other than that, guys, looking over at the fundamentals, it's currently bullish. Looking over at the technicals, it's currently bearish. So we do have a mixed confluence here. So when the market does open here, you want to be very careful with this breakout, similar to as we had yesterday, because it's conflicting. The technicals here are indicating a sell, while the fundamentals are indicating a buy. So as you can see right here, the 1 minute is bearish, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, same with the 3 minute, and same with the 5 minute over here, which is somewhat indecisive. So there's no clear bias with regard to retail sentiment. It's bullish for fundamentals and it's bearish for technicals. So we'll see what happens when the market actually opens in a few minutes, and we'll see where it goes from there. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, everybody. All right, market is opening in about 15 seconds, guys. So when the market does open, we do have a bullish momentum right here. So Steven, if you're looking to take the breakout, you're looking for a strong green candle on open in order to take that trade. So if it does come up, I'll mark it up for you. But as I've been mentioning for the past couple of days, it's been risky. All right, so the market is now open right here. And we're looking for a strong green candle for that breakout. Refreshing the fundamentals over here. Fundamentals are currently up 269 points. Retail sentiment is still right down the middle at 51%. So we're looking for a strong green candle here. If we get that, then that's going to be the breakout. If we don't, we're looking for either a red sell signal with a strong red candle. And those are the two main things we're looking for. Either a strong green candle or a strong red candle with a sell signal. So we'll see if this here closes. As I mentioned, guys, there's a reason why I'm telling you guys this trade's risky. There's no bias. retail sentiment is indecisive. It's right down the middle. It's neutral, while the fundamentals are very bullish. However, the technicals here, they were bearish and now they're kind of just swinging around. So we'll see what happens here. No strong red candle, or no strong green candle actually, or red candle. So no entry off that. With regard to the breakout, if this candle right here closes strong green, then this will be the breakout entry. However, you have about 40 seconds left on this candle, so it's going to take some time before it closes and can confirm the candle strength. So just a reminder, I'm showing you guys a breakout over here. I don't think this is a safe trade at all because there's no bias between the retail sentiment and fundamentals. But this is mainly for Steven because this is the trade that Steven likes to take, the breakout, and we'll confirm it. I mean, the requirements don't require that you have a bias, but obviously if you want to take a good trade, you want to have a bias. Yeah, exactly. Patricia said it's not even moving at breakout, which I agree. It's not even a good confirmation. So weak candle right there. There's a big wick on the top side. So this does not confirm as the breakout entry. Yeah, no, exactly, Patricia. She said, or at open. Yeah, there's no good breakout there at all. Hey, Kenny, morning. All right, so there's movement here. Price is hitting liquidity. Looks like price may push up. What you might see is one of two things. Price will either wick back below this liquidity point or it's going to push up higher. So you're going to see one of two things, either a strong push or a wick back down. One thing that you guys want to be careful for is if price pushes above here, it can reject off the news price right here as well. The news this morning was negative. So there's negative news. Price reacted to it properly. And now it's correcting back to the upside. So if this candle right here closes, Steven, this is going to be your breakout. However, it's a very big candle, so it's probably going to retrace a bit before it continues pushing up. This is kind of iffy. I don't know if I would consider this a strong green candle because it's such a big wave on the top side. If you do want to enter this trade, Steven, I would wait for it to come back up. So it looks like it's going to retrace down a little bit. It's either going to trace down to the halfway mark or it's going to retrace down to the full candle. So when it retraces to this point, one of two things are going to happen. Price is either going to push right back up or it's going to continue dropping even further. So as I mentioned before, whenever you guys see a big candle like this, usually don't enter right away. Wait for it to pull back a bit. And then if you really want to enter the trade, like if you absolutely want to enter the trade, then you would set a buy stop at the entry point right here so that when it does come back up, it will fill your order and you'll be back in the trade at proper timing. But currently right now, I think this is a very risky trade to take. As I mentioned from the beginning, it's not one that I would take, not one that I'm recommending anyone else take. But if you want to take a risky breakout, this is the risky breakout that you can take here. And there you can see price pulled back to the halfway mark and then it shot all the way back up. This is why I would wait to make a late entry and have a buy stop here so that when it does swing back up, you won't be caught in any drawdown, catch it on its way back up to the correct position. One thing that you guys want to look out for now, if you guys are in this position, you guys want to look out for this news price, which is this pink line. This news price will indicate whether price will bounce off it or price will either break through it and continue pushing up. There's two different key points here that will be crucial with identifying where price will go to. As you can see right here, there's no clear direction. Price is pushing up as it's supposed to, but this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to hold up. One other thing that I want to draw here is going to be opening price. So opening price is going to be here at 630, which was right there. We're going to color that blue. And there we go. As price pushes up a little bit. As I mentioned, I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not even going to take it for a speculative trade. Or I don't know, we'll see if it pushes up here. If it pushes to the top side, maybe I'll take it for a speculative trade because I think it's going to hit liquidity and it'll continue pushing up. However, I do think it's going to be a very risky move because you can see prices bouncing off the news price right here. So thanks, Anton. Anton also said that there's an order block above there as well. So it's going to be very risky to be taking some trades at this point. We'll see where it goes from here. So we'll see where it goes. It did hit TP right there. So Steven, I'm not sure if you're in the position or if you pulled out or whatnot, but yeah, it looks like the trade is done at that point. So it did hit liquidity right there and it pushed right through. And we'll see where it goes from here, guys. Trying to see where opening price was at. Opening price is kind of far down. So I'm gonna see if I can catch, maybe if price comes up and hits liquidity up here again, I'm gonna try to catch like a little push, but it's gonna be a bit risky. Looking over at the fundamentals though, everything is kind of bullish now at this point. So looking over here at the fundamentals, this looks like, that's a futures data. Fundamentals are currently up 383 points. We'll see if it continues to push up even higher. So what I'm looking for here is if price comes up and retests this area of liquidity, because if it comes up and pushes past this a second time, it's probably gonna push it even higher to hit the rest of the liquidity up here. And then from this point, it's probably gonna hit it and then maybe come back down. So we'll see where it goes from there. Let me see what the spread looks like right now. Spread's about 110. It's not horrible. It's not great. It's also not horrible either. That's so weird. Okay, so I hit so what I was telling you guys right here is I was trying to catch this point. So what I did was I set a buy stop right here and I try to catch 100 pips. However, I don't know if there was slippage or something. I only made like 400 bucks off this. There you go. So as you guys can see right there, this is what I was looking for, right? So I was looking for price to hit liquidity here. Whenever price retests liquidity, it pushes up to this point. And at this point now, it's either going to come back down or it's going to continue pushing up. It's just a liquidity push that we generally look at. So now that it's reached this point right here, the last area of liquidity, because this is the last point of liquidity. Let me just clean this up a little bit. We're not going to count this breakout because I did tell you guys that it was going to be very risky. Let me clean up these liquidity points over here. Now that price is at this high point of liquidity, one of two things are going to happen. Price is either going to bounce off liquidity. This is another scenario just like the news price over here. Price is going to either bounce off it and come back down, or it's going to continue pushing up higher. So we'll see. Nice work, Steven. Steven said goal reached. So Steven reached his profit goal for the day. Okay, no, that's smart, Steven. He took half TP. Yeah, look at price come all the way back down, it's starting to melt. And as you guys can see right here, this pink line, look where price came back to retest and bounced off, right off the pink line, right? So these news prices right here are relevant, right? You can see price pushed up above it, it retested, and it confirmed the bullish push above. So we do have that bullish confirmation. We're definitely looking for buys today. And there you go, price pushes above there. So we do have the bullish confirmation. What we're looking for right here now is we're looking for a retracement. Price has already confirmed the bullish push. And you can see right here. So here's a pattern that we generally look for in the morning that usually takes a while to hit. We had price break news price right here. It came back for the retest on the second candle. There's a step 2. The step 3 was a confirmation of a bullish push above this area right here, which was the high. So this was the high right here. Price confirmed as it closed above. So we have a bullish bias now. So all the trades that I'm looking for today, or for the moment at least, are going to be buys. We need a retracement. If we get a retracement, we can take anything from a triple confluence, a V3, a V1, a V2, pivot scalp, any of those entries. Really, we're looking for a bullish entry with regard to any of the strategies. We did anticipate price to be bullish today overall because today is Fed day. Like I mentioned this morning, guys, we were waiting for this pretty much all week. The Fed's going to be speaking today regarding the US economy. They're speaking at 11, but this is going to be a pre-market move. We also have Biden speaking at 8:45. So these are like a lot of reasons why we're anticipating a bullish move, because with the war going on, the economy here in the US is probably going to be good, right? The economy is shitty everywhere else, but it's going to be doing better here because while everyone's focusing on other countries, there's other stuff going on here in the US. So nice work, Steven. Steven made up 1,500. So great work right there, Steven. Yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. Brock says daylight savings brought the session to my office work time. I'll be taking breakouts for now as I plan better how to handle. Yeah, no, you'll figure it out, Brock. All right, Stephen, great work today. Nice work reaching your profit. I think you probably would have passed your FTMO I mean, you probably should have passed it soon because you did pretty well for the past couple of weeks. So congrats to you, Stephen. Other than that, here's price retracing back down. We still have the bullish bias. So we're going to be looking for price to pull back a little bit. We don't want to chase this overextension right here. Price is way overextended at this point. We're going to wait for price to pull back a little bit. If we do get a V3 or something, I'm not going to take the very first one. I'm going to wait for it to confirm. So what I want for the first one is to hit and then continue back down. And then on the second one, that's where I'll enter, because we'll get the confirmation of the actual movement there. Because we don't want to get caught in the retracement, because here's the gap between current price and news price, right? If price wants to come back down and retest news price, some big drawdown right there. It's about 600 pips. Anton said, where's Rick at? Rick just joined the room, I think. Nice. Brock said, took it out at 2K. Breakout is behaving lately. Yeah, no, definitely. Past 2 days have been great. iPhone's asking, how do you hold yourself back when market gets too volatile? You just sit on your hands. iPhone, for the most part. I know that's a problem with a lot of people, right? A lot of people want to FOMO into this push here. Like they see this big push here and they want to FOMO into it. They just want to enter buys for no reason because they think price is going to keep pushing up. You just got to sit on your hands. You can't do anything. You just literally have to, or step away from your computer. If price pushes up this high, I never recommend entering when price is overextended like this, because price has to retrace at some point. It can't just keep going up forever. And we don't know how strong this retracement is going to be. It can retrace slightly to here, or it can retrace all the way back to news price right here. Or even worse, price can retrace all the way back to opening price down here. So the retracement is going to be pretty crazy if you, if you enter into a position here. Looks like price might be, it might go into a range at this point, but I mean, who knows? We'll see. Because it looks like it's establishing a range right here. And price might just go sideways. Who knows? Price might go sideways or it might continue dropping. Yeah, Anton said, would have shorted here. So this might be a V3 right here. But as I mentioned, guys, I never take the first V3, because if the V3 is happening during a retracement phase, you'll have this. Price will come down. And this doesn't always happen. So sometimes price will come down, it'll give you a V3, but then price isn't done retracing, it'll keep dropping. And then on the next one right here, when the second V3 comes up, this is where it actually goes up, right? So that's why I never take the first entry. I usually wait for the first entry to confirm that it's actually going back up and the retracement is done before actually entering. Because again, like people FOMO and they get impatient and they get antsy and they just want to enter a trade because they feel like they missed the move. In reality, price is still retracing, so you want to hold off on it. For this right here, this is not going to be a V3 because the low needs to be a red candle. This is a green candle. So no V3 off here. Price looks like it's now just ranging within this area, which is fine. Here's now the current range. Let me go here to the clean chart. I got a lot of stuff to clean up here. All right. We got that right there. This right here. Opening price 630 there. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, cool. So looking over here at the clean chart, it's easier for you guys to see. Price is literally just ranging within this area now. So when price continues to range around this area, one of two things are going to happen, right? Price is either going to break out to the upside or it's going to break out to the downside. It's going to be your job to be patient and wait for that breakout. Maybe you might find an entry in here while price is ranging, but it's never a good time to take trades when price is just ranging within an area like this, because price can literally go either way. Say if you take a buy and price ranges up and the swings down, you get stopped out. Vice versa, you try to take a sell at this point, you get screwed that way as well. So just gotta wait for a confirmation here. Once we get that confirmation, we can hop in. All right, some of you guys are talking about the 3-minute over here, so I'm gonna go check that real quick. And as you guys can see, the range is getting tighter. So there we go with another high, and then it's probably gonna come down, create a smaller range on the low. Nothing here on the 3-minute. I see some of you guys referring to an entry here on the 3-minute. I don't see anything there. Here on the 5-minute, there's a possible V3 for a sell that could be coming out, but it's not one that I would recommend taking because, as I mentioned earlier, we have a bullish bias. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're currently up 439 points. I know price does need to retrace. However, I'm not going to go against such a strong trend and bias in this direction. Looking over here at the stock index, refreshing this right now. Majority of the stock index is completely green here. There's like one red stock, but it's only down like less than 2 points. Amgen's down 1.7 points. Everything's down less than a point. So I would not take any sells now. Everything's pointing towards a definite buy. Fundamentals are up. Retail sentiment is 50%, so it's right down the middle. This is not going to be very useful to us. Looking over here at the technicals, everything here is pretty much bullish as well. So I wouldn't really look for any sells at the moment. I know some people want to, if you want to take risky trades, guys, it's up to you. But I'm going to give you guys as much encouragement not to trade right now as possible, so that you guys don't get caught in these fake outs here. So just keep this in mind. You guys can see right here, another low is being established. And then you guys can see that the range is getting tighter, right? Price is ranging, but it is getting tighter. Starting to squeeze. As the squeeze happens, it's preparing for a breakout. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. Don't get too impatient. Just be patient and be disciplined and wait for, the true direction to reveal itself. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm glad we got that invalid signal right there. It's Longy, because then we can look for a possible V3 to come up here. So, but yeah, you guys can see here a lot clearer that and we have a lot of liquidity. So here's the thing that I want to remind you guys. There's a lot of liquidity right here on the bottom. This will probably get hit later on today, or when Biden speaks. Biden's going to speak at 8 o'clock. So looking at the news right here, Biden is speaking at So we do have some light news here at 7. It's not really going to affect the market too much, but we have crude oil inventories at 7:30, and then Biden speaking at 8:45. That's going to be outside the live session, but still it's going to affect the market one way or another. All right, so price is broken below here. And let's see if this is a fake out. So price kind of faked out right here. Let's see if price ends up confirming the swing and bias to the bottom side. So this is fine right here, guys. As you guys can see right here, this is fine because price can break below. Come back up for the retest right here. And then possibly drop down lower. But this isn't necessarily need to happen. What you can look out for here is for the fake out. So this is what could happen, but what also could happen is this could be a fake out. Price can do this, and then it'll fail to confirm. If it fails to confirm, then you can expect price to go right back into the range, right? And you guys have seen that that's been happening pretty much every day for the past week or so. So what you want to look out for here is whether price confirms below. So in order for it to confirm, price needs to close below this line. If it doesn't close below this line and swings back up and closes above here, then you can expect it to go back into the range. This would just be a fake out, right? So you're looking for price to do one of two things, either close below here, which can happen, or for it to fake out. And then once price closes below here, if and when it does, then we'll have another scenario right here. So I'm giving you guys different scenarios here that can play out. I mean, if you guys want to gamble and play one of the scenarios, because there's one of the two scenarios that will play out here, you can take it. But you can see right here, the line that I drew earlier, price still has not closed below it. So you can see the line here, it actually failed to close below it. It was right at it, but as soon as the candle closed, it didn't actually close below this line that I drew earlier. So with that said, there's still no confirmation of the bearish bias yet with regard to technicals over here. So this can still be a fake out. Price can still swing above here. You still want to keep an eye out for this point if price ends up closing above here, because if it does close above here, it's just going to go back into the range. And check that out. See that fake out right there? So this is why you guys want to be very careful with taking these trades here, because there's no confirmation. The fake out right here, if this closes above this area of liquidity, price can go right back to where it was earlier. It's all about discipline, guys, just waiting for, these confirmations. So again, right here, as you guys can see, price did not close above it. So price got really close. There's a fake out right here and a fake out right here. You can see the market's pretty much playing now, right? It hasn't closed below this area. It hasn't closed above this area. It's still trying to choose its direction. If it closes, it'll either fake out back down here or it'll come back up here. So you just gotta wait for, that confirmation that I keep reminding you guys about. 13 said, made my profit. I think I'm gonna call it. Thanks again, Sean. Yeah, no. If you guys made profit already, you definitely want to be a bit careful. So look at price right here now. Price is right back below. So there's been two fake outs right here. A fake out right here. People would have chased the sell and they would have gone stopped out or price swung above here. If they chased the buy at this point, they got faked out there and price came right back down. Okay, so price closed below here. Now I'll give you guys another scenario that can play out. And there's no entries at this point, right? I'm just giving you guys speculation because these are patterns that I see every time. Now that price is below this point, it's confirmed the bearish bias. But now that price is at this news price, one of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off here, or if it closes below, it can drop to maybe the opening price right here. So keep an eye out for this pink line. See where price closes either below it or above it. And there goes the 5-minute V3 that we were looking at earlier. It's not one that I would recommend because I'm not looking for any sells. But if you were taking it, it's currently, it's obviously currently running right now. Halfway in profit. All right, so you can see right here from this previous candle, price failed to close below the pink line. And you just want to wait for it to either close above it or reverse back to the upside. This candle here still got about 40 seconds left on it, so it's got a lot of time. We just got to wait to see where it goes from this point. But as I keep showing you guys, there's different scenarios in both directions. If you wait for these confirmations, you can take these speculative trades for a sell or for a buy. There's no guarantee it's going to go in that direction, but at least you have some sort of bias with regard to, where you want to take these quick little moves. But anyways, let me just go to my, my profits from earlier. I'm just going to take a screenshot of them and send it to you guys real quick. I forgot to post them earlier. Okay, so price closed below. What might happen here is one of two things. Price will either come back down to the opening price, or so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that pink line right there. You're basically looking for a break and retest. So right here, price broke and closed below it. You're having the retest right here. you just need to wait for the confirmation. The third candle right here, it's either going to close below this point, and if it closes below this point, it's going to keep dropping. If it doesn't, it's going to be a fake out. So this pattern that I keep showing you guys, the break and retest, it's a very basic pattern. A lot of people use it. However, a lot of people don't know how to use it properly because they don't know where to look for the break and retest, right? A lot of people just look for random, break and retest, right? Oh, price breaks some area. They look for the retest, and then they just enter right there, right? They enter the sell. They don't look for the confirmation. And you can see right here, price literally faked out, and now it's pushing back to the upside. So price broke below here, it failed to retest, and then now it's reversing to the upside. So what you could look out for here now, so let me just clean this up a little bit. Take this off. And this was a V1. Like Maria just asked if this was a V1 right here. Yeah, this was a V1. It was a nice identification right there. We haven't really looked at the V1 in a while, but that was a V1 right there. I should have taken it. It's okay. I missed that. I didn't even see that myself. It's a variation V1, and there you go, full TP off the V1. Nice work, John. John actually caught it. So John said, I took that V1. Nice work. So as I was mentioning, this was actually a V3 too. I realized that it's a V3 as well. It's also a V3. But as I mentioned before, guys, I don't take the first one, right? So I was mentioning earlier, when you have one right here, I'm not going to take the very first one. I'm going to take the next one that comes up. So I'm still going to wait. But yeah, as Maria mentioned earlier, this was a V1 and it was also a V3 actually. But when we have this first confirmation, I don't take the first one. I'm going to wait for the next one because as you can see right here, this could have been another fake out. You can see prices really playing around this area where the pink line is. Also, I wouldn't have taken the trade because I don't like taking trades where price is likely to be manipulated, like this pink line here or the sessions. Those are like two of the main areas where I would not want to take any trades from. So, and this is exactly why. So if you guys have been following from the confirmation earlier, I mentioned whenever we look for a trade, because our bias here is bullish, right? Overall, our bias is bullish. Even if we have a bullish bias right here, what I'm looking for at this point is I'm looking for price to set up a first one so that I can confirm that it's actually pushing up. It's still retracing right here. So the retracement that started at this point is still pushing down. So I don't take the first entry. I look for the second one. Again, right here, I'm still not looking for the next entry yet until I get one that passes. So I need one that wins so that I can confirm that it's actually going to keep pushing that direction. Or I need I need to confirm that it's actually done retracing. So good thing I didn't try to FOMO into that trade right there, but the V1 did hit. So the V1 strategy right here that Maria saw did hit TP. There was also a V3 right there, but not one that I would take. As I mentioned that I'd look for the first one to confirm, meaning that it would be a winning trade. And then I would maybe take the second one. So again, right here, we have another V3, guys, not one that I would take. Reminder, we need one that actually hits first. We need one that's going to win, and then I'll take the next one that comes up. So if this closes right here, we'll see if this hits, because if this does hit, and this is the pattern that I'm looking to show you guys, price is retracing, right? So if this one right here wins, say for example, this is a V3, and say that it actually wins, right? So it actually pushes up. The next time a V3 comes, it's going to continue pushing up higher. So if that makes sense to you guys, I don't take the first one because its price is still retracing here. I'm looking for the first one to confirm that price is actually swinging back up. So again, right here, we have another V3. But as I was saying earlier, this right here hasn't confirmed that the retracement is done yet. So I wouldn't take this trade here yet either. I'm looking for price to confirm that it's swinging back to the upside. Thanks, John, for confirming CT's question there. Yeah, CT's asking what the daily is for the 3 minute. It's 500 pips. So again, guys, not going to enter this trade. I don't recommend anyone enter it. You need to wait for one entry to hit its full TP first to confirm that it's actually going to be swinging back up. And we also have news right now too. Thanks, Jennifer, for confirming. I don't know if it's right now or if it's at 7:30. I think it's at 7:30. We do have light impact news over here. It's just yellow folders. So we do have news right now. Yeah, so business inventories was positive. NAHB housing market index was negative. The medium impact is going to be here at 7:30. So what I'm going to do with this right here is I'm going to mark up a red line at 7:30 to identify when news is coming up. So I'm just going to take this off, guys, because I'm not looking for, or we'll keep it up for a little bit, but this isn't one that I recommend you guys take. We're looking for, exactly right there, went straight to stop loss. This is why you guys want to wait for the first one to actually hit, because this retracement here isn't done. So as you guys can see from earlier, this is the bullish confirmation we had earlier over here. Price is now retracing. We're looking for price to actually confirm that it's swinging right back up, right? Hasn't confirmed that yet. Price is not done retracing. Price might come down to this area right here. And from this point, then it can make its bounce back up. But currently right now, I'm not looking to take any trades until we have a confirmation that it's done retracing. All right, Terry, did you get the requirements here for the V1? I'm going to go in delete this if you've got it already. Yeah, guys, it's all about patience. So let me post up the profits real quick that I made off the and I only made a slight profit. I don't know if there was slippage or because it did hit my TP. There might have been slippage or there might have been a wide spread at the time of my exit. But here's a profit that I made earlier off the buy. So that first trade we took earlier, or the ones that a lot of us took, I made 470 off my main account. You can see the green strip. So this one hit my TP. This one over here is my copier, made 270, not a lot. My MFF over here made 380. And then my other MFF over here made 380 as well. So partial profit made off that K2. US30. Yeah. So it wasn't a big profit, but it should have been in the 1,000 range. It was just probably because of slippage, maybe because of the spread. But I basically got half profit, which is fine. Profit is profit. Let me see the other profits that you guys made over here as well. Other than that, I haven't taken any other trades. Nice. Barack over here checked the breakout earlier, made a total of 6,674. Nice work off that. Barack said took a breakout. That'll be it for now. Wishing you all the best of hunting this morning, definitely. Dell over here as well. Dell took the breakout earlier, locking a total of 556 for the day. Nice work, Dell. Scrolling over here, yeah, Barack made 6,000. Andreas over here made 910. Nice work off that breakout earlier, Andreas. And then Emilzon over here locked in 715. Nice work, Emilzon. And other than that, let's see, Maddie over here locked in. Let that load. All right, so as you guys can see, price is now at opening price right here. So this is where we might want to watch for that possible bounce up here. So just keep an eye on it, see where price closes, whether price closes above or below it, or this might be a full-on reversal. So our bias earlier was for a buy, but this, if price does close below here, you guys got to keep in mind that there's a lot of liquidity sitting below here. So this might be a full-on reversal, or it might be a fake out and then a swing back to the upside right here. So you guys can see where it's wicking off, right? The blue line, which is opening price. So just keep an eye on that. Price is either going to bounce off it or it's going to break below, and then it's going to hit all the liquidity on this side. Let's see. I'll come back to your profits in a little bit, Maddie. It's not loading right now. Steven over here. So nice work, Steven. So Steven over here locked in the total of well over 1,000. he took the breakouts over here, made like well over 1,000, and then he took a small sell right there as well for some profit. So nice work, Steven. Steven said second and third were technically extra ones I took since you mentioned it will probably take the last push. I would still consider I made half TP to profit today due to the market. There's key phrases you say, which I look for, that really help. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, definitely, Steven. So great work right there, Steven, with all your profits. David over here as well, currently up 128 off his funded account. Nice work, David. And then Maddie's profits over here. He made 402 off this account. He made 138 off this account. And then 90 bucks off this account. So nice work, Maddie. All right, other than that, I think that's it for the most part. Kenny over here as well. Kenny's currently up 1,384. So nice work on your lot sizes, Kenny. I know you've been working on that and you're getting a lot better with using proper lot sizing. Rashid over here locking a total of 308 off her breakout entries over there. Kenny over here again, 1,300. And then Patrick over here up 5,412. So nice work, Patrick. Other than that, price is starting to reverse. So let me check the fundamentals real quick and see where it's sitting. It's still currently up 276 points. So we'll see how far this drop comes down. I mean, this is a crazy drop right now. I don't know what's going on in the market. Let me check the news real quick to see if there's any type of crazy thing going on in Ukraine or something with NATO. It says, okay, breaking news right here. Home builders sales expectations drop dramatically as mortgage rates soar. So with this said right here, this is probably what caused price to drop. But it's dropping pretty heavy. So with mortgage rates going up and home builders sales expectations to drop, this is the only news that came out. So this news came out right here at 7 o'clock. It was negative. I wasn't really expecting it to have that much of an impact, but I'll go ahead and just draw a news price over here at 7 o'clock, which is right there. It's right next to the news price from earlier. Yeah, it's a crazy drop right there. I personally still wouldn't consider this as a full-on reversal. Price is just back to where it was earlier. So this is where market open. This area right here at 630. So market literally opened right here. Had that big bullish push, came right back to opening price around this area. And now it's just slightly below it. So I wouldn't be surprised if price pushes back up right here and then just consolidates around this area before maybe coming all the way back up. Because this could just have been a reaction to the news. Looking at the fundamentals over here, they're still pretty bullish. So let's see this real quick. Half the index here is green, half the index is red, but majority of these stocks here are still pretty strong. Goldman Sachs and Salesforce are up pretty strong. Boeing, Nike, McDonald's, Visa, JP Morgan, Microsoft, American Express, Walt Disney, Apple. All of these are up more than 1 point. These red stocks right here, they're only down less than a point. So the real stocks here that are really down are only like these 3 stocks down here: Johnson & Johnson, Amgen, Travelers, maybe Walgreens. But other than that, everything here is still pretty bullish. So I would wait for a confirmation, guys. I wouldn't chase the sell here because this could be another fake out for a drop. And I'm sure a lot of people are chasing this drop right here. Right. I'm sure everyone saw this drop and like, okay, I'm going to jump into this waterfall. As soon as this waterfall is done dropping, it's going to come all the way back up. So yeah, definitely be careful with this and just be patient. Let's see. Jennifer's asking, where do you draw a news price? I'm on my phone, open a news candle. Yes, that is correct, Jennifer. So you want to draw the news price prior to where news happened. So since news over here happened at 7 o'clock, I drew this at the open of the candle so that you can see where price was before news happened. So right when news happened, you want to see if price reacted to it. And obviously right here it did react to it. So price happened at news happened at 7, then price dropped. And then what you can look for is a correction back to the upside or a continued drop further. But here we go. So if you guys just saw what I marked up earlier, it's doing exactly what we anticipated, right? Price was here at opening price, pushed up, faked out, came down, faked out again right here. And there you go, as price comes right back up. This is why I don't chase these moves, guys. You guys got to be smart and wait for the actual confirmation. Because I'm sure a lot of people got stopped out in both directions. So I'm sure this has happened to you guys where you guys see price push up so high, and what happens at the very top, you take a buy and then it stops you out, right? You see price drop super heavy to the bottom, and what happens at this point? You chase the sell and then you get stopped out again. And look where price is going back to. It's going right back to news price. No surprise there. There's a reaction to the news right here. Price dropped, fake people out, and then now here it is right back to the top. So this is why I don't trade during news. I'll draw another line here at 7 or it doesn't matter because I already dropped to news price. But there you go. Price is right back to news price right here. I know a lot of people get impatient and they want to chase these moves and they feel like they're missing an entry, but by being patient, you can avoid getting caught in these huge fake outs. Because I'm sure a lot of people, they try to chase this move, but it was too late. Price was already down here. They're like, all right, I'm going to take the sell. As soon as they take the sell, price came all the way back up and stopped them out. I see a lot of accounts get blown this way. People get faked out in both ways. I mean, today, people probably got screwed 3 ways today. So people probably got screwed right here on open because they probably chased this for a buy. And then they got screwed over here again for a sell when they chased it come down here. And then they probably got screwed again right here, chasing this as it came back up. Exactly. No, Peter said RAP to all blown accounts today. I'm still in profit. I only took 1 trade today and I'm still in profit. It's not a lot of profit, but I mean, it's pretty solid for the day so far. Okay, so more profit over here from Dell. Dell actually took trades in both directions, but he took them at the smart points and times. He didn't take the highs or the lows. He just caught them when price was in the middle, right? So Dell over here locked in a total of 912 for the day. Great work, Dell. Charles over here as well. Charles currently up 28 off this account, 35 off this account. So great work right there, Charles. All right, so our bullish bias is still valid, guys. A lot of fake outs right here. Our bias was confirmed right here, fake out to the downside. And then here we are, price is right back up to news price, where it was basically before the news happened. So news happened right here and price is pretty much back to where it was before this huge fake out drop. And I knew that drop earlier there was really no catalyst pushing it aside from the news. Let's see, Maddie said V3 on the 5-minute. Yeah, so this V3 over here off the 5-minute earlier hit full TP already. There's another V3 coming up over here on the 5 as well. It's not bad, about 700 pips. I'm closing about 40 seconds. Actually, it might be too wide, Maddie. I mean, if you want to take this with a smaller lot size, you can. It's just that it's kind of a big move. Yeah, maybe take it with like half a lot size or something. It's about 850 pips or more, actually. Looks like there's also a V3 here off the 10-minute. So, or no, 10-minute daily, it looks like. Yeah, I know, right? It's just too risky. I'm not going to take this right here, Maddie. I mean, if you want to take this, take it. Yeah, Maddie said less than 75 points. So there goes the 5 minutes, 920 pips or 92 points. It's very high. So you might want to be a little careful with that. One thing that you want to be careful for as well is that this is a really big candle right here. So we'll see where this closes. Maybe I'll take it for a little speculative trade there or something like that. All right, so I actually did take it. Sorry guys, I was going to tell you guys, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't tell you guys because I did take a speculative trade there for 100 pips and it hit my TP, but it huge wick right there. So I'll send you guys. So if you guys understand like what I'm doing here, you know, I'm able to, and there you go. It gave me half profit. It gave me some profit and it gave me the full 1,000. It just gave me 810. So yeah, right here, I took a quick little profit. And there you go. Price is going all the way back to where it was earlier, right? So our bullish bias earlier is still bullish. It's like, so if you guys just ignore this right here, just ignore this whole drop right here, like this never happened. Look where price is back to. It's back to where we were earlier. So this is why I always tell you guys, we have bullish bias, right? Don't look for any sells, because if you look for buys, we're right back to where it was earlier. And there goes a full TP off the 5. So I did catch some of that right there. Rami said that is ridiculous. So this is all a fake move right here. Like, you know, literally when I told you guys earlier, I said, we're looking for buys, right? We're not looking for sells. Just ignore these sells right here and then catch it as it comes back up. So if this, like, if you literally just ignore this whole drop right here, like this never happened, and you just connect this to here, because this was a retracement and then it came all the way back up. We already knew this was going to happen because our bias was bullish from the very beginning. You know, these fake outs happen all the time. It's just really understanding where's a fake out and where's the actual move. Here's the actual move. So yeah, exactly like what Nick said. Nick said exactly. Ignore the manipulation and take the meat off the meat of the move. So yeah, the 5-minute here hit as well. I mean, this is a crazy market, guys. I don't know what to tell you guys, but this is a crazy market. The reason why I knew this was going to be bullish is because the Fed's speaking today. I know the Fed's going to say good things about the economy. They've been hinting good things about the economy all week, right? So with the Fed today, I knew today's Fed week, and we had like no volatility Monday, no volatility Tuesday. I knew we were going to have volatility today, and it did play out. So yeah, and this was a triple confluence as well. So, I mean, great work to whoever caught these moves here. It's kind of hard to follow along right here because there's just too much going on. And I'm trying to just explain to you guys so that you guys have a, you know, good understanding as to like why things are happening, how things are happening, how to control your emotions during these periods. Because I know a lot of you guys are getting really emotional and you guys are getting FOMO. You guys got to be careful with these trades here. So price is way overextended at this point. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking for a retracement again. Thanks, Thierry. Thierry said, breaking news on Ukraine, Russia, draft for a peace plan. Okay, so that's good right there as well. Bullish push. So let me refresh this. Zelensky presses US for no-fly zone over Ukraine. UK says Russian troops struggle. Ukrainian President Zelensky, I call on US to do more. All American companies should leave Russia. Let's see what Anonymous did. All right, so Anonymous has hacked 100 Russian databases. 92 of them have been compromised. Interesting. All right, so I mean, we'll see what happens here, guys. There goes a retracement. So this is why you guys should not chase the buys like that. Price is now retracing, which is fine. It's what we were expecting. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else right here. Okay, so there goes a retracement. You just want to confirm it. So what I'm looking for now is I'm looking for another entry. So I'm basically looking for an entry over here. Maybe not the first one. Market got me on. Nice. Nick said I considered lowering lot size, but I just kept the same lot size, went for 200 pips. Yeah, I mean, you guys could do one of two things. You guys can either take a normal lot size, go for a smaller target, or go for a normal lot size and go for normal lot size, go for a smaller target, or go for a smaller lot size, bigger target. Anyways, prices now retracing around this area, which is fine. I'll take a screenshot of my profits here as well. See if I could that for you guys. All right, so my FTMO right here. Just gonna take a small screenshot. I don't need a full screenshot here. All right, another FTMO. I'm still looking for entries, guys, but the this isn't anything right now. Nice. My copier actually took solid lot size, or not lot size, solid profit. I mean, all my accounts are like up 1,000 now, so it's not too bad across both of the trades today. All right, MFF, not bad. Made 820 off that. And then my other MFF over here. All right, so price is now consolidating or arranging, whatever you guys want to call it, within this area right here, which is fine. Well, there'll be another breakout after the consolidation. One thing I want to check is retail sentiment. Retail sentiment might have changed now because of the push. All right, so let me go over here real quick. All right, so as you guys can see, and I'll show you, like you guys can see from my trades here, I didn't FOMO into any trades, right? I like waited for the perfect entries. So you can see these are all my trades from today. I took a whole screenshot of my thing. I only have like 2 trades right here. I didn't take any of those sells earlier. You know, a lot of people were hopping into those sells. I didn't take any of them. I could have made profit off it, but I didn't take any of those sells. I waited for these perfect buys, and I'm up 1,012 off this account. I'm up 1,012 off my copier. I'm up 1,200 off my my MFF. Oh, sorry, I didn't even say this right. I said 1,012. I made 1,212. This is, you can see the green strip. This is my main account, which hit my TP. This is my copier. I made 1,212 here as well. My MFF made 1,200, and then my other MFF over here, 1,200 as well. So as you guys can see, I didn't FOMO into any trades here. You know, when I say I have a bias for a buy, I'm only looking for buys. I'm not looking for sells. I know there's more profits you can make here for a sell, but there's also losses that you guys can get caught in if you guys do chase trades without a bias. I had a bias for all day today. It's all bullish. So I'm only looking for buys at the moment. Other than that, let me just see if I can put something here. So a quick profit, quick, I'll say partial profit. And there you go, as price starts to retrace back down. You guys just want to be patient, like I was saying earlier, wait for the confirmation. I won't take the first entry that comes up. I'll take the second one. Or if we have another entry on a higher time frame that lines up with it for a double confluence or something like that, then maybe. So here's the first V3 here that might be coming up. I'm going to delete these over here because they're not relevant anymore. And let's see the other profits that people have made over here so far as well. So looking over here at the premium, Patrick made 6,404 for the day. Great work, Patrick. We got Nick over here made 1,088. Great work right there, Nick. I think you should have passed your, or you should be on verification, all right? So great work right there, Nick. Scotty over here as well, currently at 504. Nice work, Scotty. Dell over here, currently at 1,108. Nice work, Dell. Nice, okay, great. So Nick is on his verification, so you should be on your way up, Nick. You just gonna need a couple more wins there. I think you need I think it's 10,000 or 5,000 profit, right? You don't even need that much. You need 5,000. Once you get to that point, you'll get flooded. Jason's asking, hey, Sean, how many accounts do you have total? I have 2 FTMO and 2 MFF. I should probably add another MFF because I can max that one out, but I haven't added that one on yet. I just don't want to overdo it. I see a lot of people who overdo it and then end up blowing all their accounts because they get too overly confident. So possible V3 right here, not one that I'm looking to take in, guys. Like another reminder, this is going to be the first entry that I'm looking for it to hit. And if this hits here, then I'll take the next one because we don't like just what happened right here, right? You want to make sure that the retracement is done. This retracement just started, so you don't want to enter just yet. You want to make sure that it's done, have this one win, come back for another retracement, and then catch that next one over here. That pushes up even higher. So Jason said, I see like MFF. I mean, not really. FTMO is the main one for me. That's why I've maxed out FTMO. MFF I haven't maxed out yet. I should max it out, but I haven't. You know, they've been kind of hit or miss with the copier. They're, I don't know, MFFs, I mean, FTMO has always been a lot more accurate for me. They've been more on point and they're just more professional, right? I know MFF is getting there, but they're not necessarily there just yet. So also I wouldn't have taken this V3 here because the stop loss is too tight. It's only 200 pips. We usually want about 300 pips before we can take that. So a lot of reasons why I wouldn't have taken this V3. For one, the retracement's not done yet. For two, the stop loss is too close. It's like way too close. Yeah, Jason, for FTMO, they usually, I mean, they're just way more organized. Like when you have a payout due, they will email you. Like FTMO is like, here, your payouts ready. MFF doesn't really do that. You kind of have to reach out to them and request it. Sorry, you guys probably hear my dogs running down the stairs in the background. Other than that, yeah, and also like Sisu said, their communication. So again, right here, guys, another reminder why I don't take the first entry. Because price is still dropping. So as you guys can see here, this huge retracement happened. We still have the retracement happening right here as well. See, other than that, let's see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at everyone's profits. So Kenny over here locked in 2,717. Nice work, Kenny. Scrolling down over here. Rami over here sent in his profits, locked in about 400 for the day. Nice work, Rami. Maddie over here locked in a total of 871 on his first account. Nice work, Maddie, off that. And then his second account over here locked in 1,219. So great work, Maddie, across both your accounts. Rashida over here as well. Great work, Rashida. She locked in a total of 472. So nice work off that, Rashida. And then her second account over here, she locked in 210. So great work across both your accounts. I think this might be your MFF and this is your FTMO. Both looking good. Kenny over here, 2,717. We saw that a little earlier. And then we got Professor over here with some profit as well. Professor locked in a total of, looks like well over almost 4,000 right here. So we made 950 off this, 2,510 off this. Looks like these were the buys from earlier, the breakout, another 372 and then a 273 right here. So great work across the board right there, Professor. Really good consistency right there, no losses, doing pretty solid. Back to the charts over here. There's no V3 or anything coming up yet. I'm still looking for one entry to confirm that price is swinging back to the upside. However, we do have news right now. So thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Milzon. Thanks, everybody, for confirming that. We do have news right here at 7 o'clock. We'll see how price reacts to it. It's crude oil inventories, I believe, which is medium impact right there. Crude oil inventories. I'll refresh this. And it's currently, thanks, Peter. Yeah, negative news. So with the negative news, we'll see how price reacts to this here. What I'm going to do at this point, where I'll wait for this candle to actually close, I will draw another line for news price right there. And this is going to be another critical point to look out for. Just like these pink lines right here, these are going to play of importance because we're going to identify where price moves from that point. There we go. So we got news right there. Let's see if we got anything over here. All right, so it looks like volatility kind of died down a bit. I mean, unfortunately, guys, no official entries today. The breakouts have been hitting though. So like there was no official breakout today, no official breakout yesterday, but they both went straight to full TP with like literally no drawdown. You know, Steven took full advantage of it, locked in a lot of profit off those trades. But here we go, as price starts to swing back to the upside. So what I would be looking for at this point is possible retracements. We had price right here, break news price, looking for maybe possible retracement and then maybe confirmation back to the upside right there. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, no, exactly. Professor said the breakout has hit every day this week. You didn't take Monday, but it did hit. Yeah. I took partials yesterday, took partial today, but yeah, they have been hitting pretty well. So there goes the swing to the upside right there. This would technically be a pivot scalp entry if it closes with a buy signal. As I mentioned, I'm not taking the very first one, but if this does close as any type of entry, I'll probably be looking for the second one. So we'll see if this right here closes. Professor said, I started paying a lot of attention to the breakouts, and Steven has passed a couple of challenges, primarily taking the breakout. He's inspired me. Yeah, no, the breakout's a good trade if you do it properly. If you listen to my analysis each morning and you do protect the positions that are risky and let the good positions run, then, or if you just protect all your positions, you should be fine. Because if it's a good trade, it won't even pull back to stop you out in profit. But yeah, I mean, that's the only trade Steven takes. So if you guys have seen Steven in the group, he's been part of K2 for a long time now. He started to realize that he just needs to take one trade a day. He takes one trade, which is breakout. And he's been passing, I think, 3 or 4 challenges now, just from that one trade. He doesn't trade during Asia. He doesn't trade during London. He just waits for me every morning, 6:30. And you see him in the chat, like, where's the breakout? Is there a breakout? Like, so many questions about the breakout, because that's the only trade he takes. It's all about consistency and discipline. So definitely, Professor. I mean, if you guys are having issues, yeah, exactly. Melzon said as well. He said breakout is my go-to as well. I passed FTMO like that. Yeah, something to keep in mind. I think the breakouts are a good trade to take if you're just looking to pass your FTMO, because if you use proper risk, I mean, you can easily pass with just the breakouts, because it's one trade a day. Just be smart about the trade and you should be fine. All right. So other than that, all right, so it looks like we now have a range within this area. Yeah, Gallo said thanks, definitely focusing on the breakout. So just like what Gallo said, if you guys are going to focus on the breakout, you have to literally just focus on the breakout. You can't be taking the breakout and then taking a bunch of trades during Asia and a bunch of trades during London, right? I just want to remind you guys, Steven doesn't take any other trades. All he does is he takes the breakout, maybe a 1v3 if there's one within the first hour or so from our live session, but those are the only trades he takes. No Asia, no London, no random trades, no trades taken on their own, literally just breakout and maybe 1v3. That's pretty much it. All right, so price is like bouncing around this area. Let's see, price is like literally in a range right now in this area. It's ranging around news price. So you guys can see the pink line right here. Price might reject right off it, but it's pretty much just going around this area as it moves sideways. I just saw your message. Matt and Feeder, yellow. Peter said, tomorrow I'm doing 50 lots on the breakout. Let's see, Professor said the breakouts have run this week, so I haven't moved my stop loss to break even as soon as possible. Then I will move my stop in profit. I also have taken some profits in the event that there is a retracement. Yeah, no, smart move, Professor. And I'm sure it's treated you well with all your profits so far. Because yeah, Professor here, he let his trade run. He made a total of 2,500 and he only took a 0.25 lot, small lot size. This is like equivalent to like a 2 lot on FTMO. Took small lot size, still made huge profit. So great work right there. Anyways, back to what I was saying here, guys. You can see where price is rejecting from, right? Smooth rejection off the pink line right there, which is the news price. So I don't draw these lines here for no reason. They're here specifically because you can see a lot of rejections off these news prices. They act as sessions. If you scroll out, you can see that. So if I hide all the drawings, there's no sessions here, right? Because price is pushed up so high. The sessions are like way down here. So what you could expect is you guys can see all the liquidity below here. Just keep in mind that Biden is speaking in an hour. When Biden speaks, market doesn't do so well. Market does not like Biden at all. So when Biden speaks, you're probably going to see price come crashing all the way back down. Just keep that in mind. So 8 o'clock, we have Biden speaking right here. And then 11 o'clock, we have the Fed. So what you can probably see here is you probably see price come down as Biden starts to speak. And then as we get closer to 11, it's probably going to come down and hit all this liquidity down here. And then when the Fed speaks at 11, hopefully, Jay Powell speaks, thing will probably go all the way back up. So, I wouldn't recommend trading during these periods because I never trade when Biden's speaking. He's probably the worst catalyst in the market. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what he's going to say. He's not like Trump, right? He's not going to say good things about the economy. He's very pessimistic and just doesn't make sense sometimes when he contradicts himself. So you definitely want to be careful as we get closer to 8 o'clock. So here goes, price starts to drop back below, or I took off that line there. And let's see where price drops to. Price might drop down to news price over here. And it may be bouncing. Maddie said full TP off the 5-minute. Damn, so the 5-minute, if you guys have been following the V3 here on the 5-minute, it's been hitting pretty much both directions. It's hit here for the buy. It's also hit here for the sell. So the 5-minute has been hitting pretty clutch lately, if you guys see here. Not really lately, but today for the most part, it's been hitting both ways. Yeah, Maddie said 3 for 3 today. So all three V3s that came up here on the 5-minute have all hit full TP. Generally, we don't really see too many entries on the 5-minute because the market doesn't really move this volatile, but today it's been moving super volatile. So the V3s have been hitting pretty nicely. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm looking for over here. Man, this market is kind of, it's like all over the place. You can see prices now swinging right back up. Came down heavy and then swing right back up. Mauricio said Wall Street's wild ride ends the day on an upward note after Biden's speech. The market snapped its 5-day losing streak. Thursday, after a roller coaster trading day, Biden had an off day. Yeah, no, exactly. Rami said wacky Wednesday for real. Yeah, well, Biden's going to speak in about an hour. So after this live, I haven't been trading at all after the live. If you guys have seen all my profits this week, that's literally all the profits I've made this week. I'm not trading after the live. I'm not taking anything risky because there's just no point. I'd rather just have, lock in my few wins a day and then just stack those up until the end of the week. Yeah, for the most part, all my accounts are looking pretty solid. You can see right here, price is back to this pink line, which is news price. And we'll see if price ends up swinging right back up. All right, so news happened right here. You can see a lot of fake outs right here. Price faked out to the upside, came down, faked out to the downside. Now it's right back at news price, like it didn't go anywhere. It's only been 10 minutes since news as well. So no direction after news. But we'll see where it goes. But you guys can see exactly where price is rejecting from, this pink line. It's just a matter of, I mean, it's really just a matter of waiting for the confirmation. All right, there we go. As price drops back below. Let's see if price comes back and retests this area. Man, it's really a weird market today, guys. Again, there's no clear direction. Let me go over here again and I'll mark this stuff up. Let me go to these clean charts and I'm just going to mark up again to show you guys, you know, the weirdness in the market. Let me go and just mark this up over here real quick, 730, which is the news price. Let me go to these high lows real quick. Right there, right there, right there, and a low right there. Price just came down and tested the news price below there. But anyways, back to what I was just saying earlier. You guys can see how wacky the market's been pretty much the entire week now. You know, the past 7 days. Right here, market opened at 6:30. Price pushed up, came right back down at 7. At 7, price literally faked out down here, came back up, and then came back down. There's, I mean, absolutely no direction in the market. And it's hard for, I mean, it's not hard for us because I've been giving you guys as much of my analysis as possible so that you guys don't get caught in these fake outs. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who have blown accounts today because when market pushed up right here, I'm sure a lot of people entered buys at this point. They didn't realize, you know, this was a critical point right here. And I'm sure a lot of people got stopped out who entered buys at this point. And then when price dropped down here, I'm sure a lot of people entered some sells because they thought price was going to keep dropping and they would have gone stopped out right here too, because price ended up pushing all the way up, right? And then lastly, again, right here, the same situation. So I could see people who are just gambling in the market and not really analyzing it, where they would have gone stopped out right here, stopped out right here, and stopped out right here. And I'm pretty sure they kept over leveraging, right? You guys have done that before where you guys get stopped out, you get really mad and you're like, okay, I'm going to go double on this next trade because I'm just going to double up and make the money back. What happens is you guys get trapped in this over here. You get stopped out a second time. And then again, stopped out again right here. I know it's easier to see now because the move has happened, but the same move has happened for the past 2 weeks now. So this isn't random, right? You guys know that this has been happening for the past 2 weeks. If you guys have been on this live session, this is why it's important that you guys attend the live session, because this is going to give you guys an insight as to what might happen tomorrow. If the market was wacky yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, you think the market's going to be wacky tomorrow? Probably, right? It's not going to move smooth just all of a sudden, especially because we have all this stuff going on. We have the war going on. Today's Fed day. We have Biden speaking in about an hour. We have probably Powell speaking later as well. Those are two opposites. So, you know, I'll try to keep you guys as informed as possible. It's just really up to you guys to use that information to your advantage. But anyways, yeah, there's a V1 right here coming up, but it's coming up right to news price, Matt. So I don't know if I'll take that, because it might just reject right off it. Let's see where your 100 pips would be at. Yeah, it's going to be right into the news price right there. So I don't know if I would take it personally. It's actually a V3 as well. It's a V1 and a V3. But again, it's right at news price. I don't take any trades when prices are at news price. I also don't take any trades when prices at the sessions. So news price sessions, don't like to take trades around there. But if you did take the V1 right there, it would have been a full TP right there, man. So I mean, if you took it, great work. I'm not going to take that. It's right at the news price right there. Yeah, no, it's good that you spotted it. Yeah, no. Matt said he wasn't willing, which I wouldn't be willing either, because you can see where price is rejecting from. It's rejecting directly off these pink lines right here. I mean, nevertheless, it would have hit TP. The V1 would have hit TP. It looks like the V3 might be hitting TP as well. See if I can mark it up for you guys right here. Professor said, I will wait for the breakout tomorrow. Steven is my new hero. I know Steven has like, he has like nerves of steel. Like I see this guy holding on to the breakout when it's like a massive drawdown. And he's just asking like, hey, so should I hold it? I'm like, bro, I would have been tripping out by now. I would have been out of that trade. And Steven just doesn't care. He's like, all right, well, I'm still holding on to it. I'm in some drawdown. I'm like, damn, this dude's in some crazy drawdown. And then because the drawdown was like massive. And then he comes back and he's like, hey, Sean, so should I take it at break even? And I'm like, all right, break even. And then he just, and then he pulls out a break even. Nick said that it's because he's using trials. I know, but the thing is, if he keeps trading his real, like he trades his trials, he's still going to keep passing, because he's been passing his trials for like, he's on his, he would have had like 4 FTMO accounts by now if he would just trade it the same way. So if this works for him, then I would suggest he keeps doing what he's doing. For me, it stresses me out. I can't do that. Like I'll be tripping out. I'll be like stressed out. I'll be mad. I'll be upset. I'll be sad. For him, he just doesn't have any emotion, right? He takes a trade and he's like, all right, I'm gonna wait for what Sean says. I'm like, bro, get out of the trade. And he just holds on to it and it works out for him. So yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Patrick said, proud of Steven. I've seen his growth in K2 in these markets. Yeah, if you guys have been part of K2 for a while, you guys have seen, I mean, you guys know Steven because he's been here for a while. He's not like a new member. He's been part of K2 for like, I think years now. And then now he's finally listening to me and he's doing well, which is amazing to see someone like him, like, you know, someone that's so stubborn, doesn't listen, and finally getting it down. So yeah, I'm proud of Steven too myself. He does stress me out sometimes when he asks a lot of questions, but during the live, but he's learning, so it's good. So this V3 right here would have hit just like the V1. Not one I would take, but good call right there, Matt, off V1. And then also the V3 that came up with it for basically a double confirmation. All right, so we do have the confirmation here off the first move. What I'm looking for now is I'm looking for a second one, right? So we had this first one right here. Now I'm kind of convinced that price is now going to swing back up further. So if I see another V3, then I will probably take it. One thing that I want to look out for is I don't want to be taking a trade if it's right here in the pink lines. I need this to be above here. I can't be trading around this area if it's too risky. So what I'm looking for at this point is, I'll clean this up a little bit. What I'm looking for is a possible maybe push up a little higher, or even a rejection off here, and then possible entry when I when I see it. Professor said that 5-minute pending D3 does not have a pending signal. So let me go over there and check that real quick. Yeah, so there's no pending buy signal there, but the bias is for a buy. So I mean, it's not one that I would take, but it can be a possible viable entry there. There's actually one here on the 3-minute as well. It's currently running. It's kind of a bigger push though, 57. Let's see if I can probably catch this portion of this V3 here. See if price ends up pushing up from here. So the thing with this right here is that we kind of anticipate price to keep pushing up, because if this V3 over here comes up on the 5, it's going to line up with the 3 over here. So let's see. Let's see how far this pushes up right here. Market is moving a little volatile now. See how far it goes. So I'm in this V3 personally, guys, and I didn't tell you guys I was going to take it, but I'm moving my stop loss in profit. I'm probably about 2,000 off this right now. Let's see if I can run it up higher. I'm just gonna try to trail it up. I got my stop loss in profit. I'm profit 2,300 right now. Oh, no, keep me out. It's my stop loss kind of close. I'm putting no TP here. Keep trailing it up. I'm up about 2,700. About 3,000 in profit. Move this up higher. I'm not trying to risk it. I'm gonna keep trailing it, just write it up. So I'm still in this position. No. It's really close. Whatever. I locked in 1,790 off that. It's all good. I moved my stop loss too close, like right there. It's all good. Pulled me out. So the reason why, and this is not accounted as an official trade. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. Like, for the past 2 weeks, it's been a lot of speculation. So I'm taking trades as I see them. I'm not necessarily able to explain this to you guys because unless you guys know what I'm doing here, you guys can't hop into these trades. So what I've been doing here is I'm looking. So we looked at the 5 here. Well, first of all, we're looking here on the 1, right? We have the confirmation that price is going to push up. So we already have confirmation of bullish right here. We know price is coming. We're looking for an entry here. We are looking on the 5. We're like, okay, there's a 5 entry here, right? However, there's no pending buy signal. So there's no entry at this point. The thing is, I saw the 3-minute here and I was like, okay, the 3-minute lines up with the 5. There's basically the same V3 entry on the 3. This is valid. This is technically not fully valid because there's no pending buy signal. So I entered here on the 3. That's why I entered. And then I knew this was going to be a risky trade. So I wasn't going to write it to full TP. What I did was I kept moving my stop loss higher and higher and higher so that I can just lock in some profit off this. I locked in 1,790 off my main account. I'll see what I did on my copiers, probably around the same, if not maybe a little less, a little more. But that's where my thought process came from. Once you guys are able to analyze the markets like this, it's not very difficult. It's just using confluences, right? I always remind you guys, the more confluences, the better. If you have the same entry off multiple strategies, you're going to have a really good chance that it's going to hit because all the strategies have a high win rate. Same with the confluences on different time frames. If we have a V3 on the 3, V3 on the 5, it's going to be risky because they're not valid entries on both sides, but you can take it and maybe write it up, just write your stop loss up and then just take as much profit as you can. Just milk it. You're basically milking it, right? Milking it until it kicks you out in profit. So hopefully that does make some sense to you guys. If you guys are new here, if you guys haven't been here for too long, it probably doesn't make very much sense, but the more and more that you guys sit in on these sessions, the more that you guys will understand, you guys will be able to pick up our whole thought process here. Because you guys have seen, I only made so much profit today, right? If you look at other people's profits, like Professor here, I took partial profits, but you see Professor here, he took a very small lot size and still locked in 2,500 off just one trade, 950 off this, 370 off this. Everyone has their different ways to applying these strategies and to take, speculative trades. Unfortunately, the market's been kind of crazy for the past 2 weeks. So there hasn't been any like official entries that have been available. I was hoping it'd pick up today. It did pick up, but there was just no, official entries for us to take. There's a V3 here that's coming up, but it's right at the pink line, which is news price, which is again, another no, right? If it closes right there, I wouldn't take it. Also, stop loss can be too tight because volatility has died down a bit. So other than that, let me take a screenshot of my profits here. I'll just show you guys what I locked in off that one little speculative trade. And we'll go from there. It's 7:54 though. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Looks like we'll be wrapping this up soon. Damn, I was like shy of 3,000 for like a couple bucks on my main account. I'll send you guys this right here. This is my main. Here is my copier. Oh, crap. Let me get my copy real quick. So edit this. Here's my MFF copier. And I should just start another MFF and just add it to my copier. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but just never got around to it. And the problem is I'm just lazy. I don't want to go and set the account up and then have to set up my copier and set up, and then I got to take another screenshot of profits. And it's probably like, man, life, right? Being too lazy to take a screenshot of your 5th account. All right. Let's see. All right, so let me post up these right here. All right, so here's a current screenshot of all of the profits that we locked in over here so far. So here's my main account. You can see that it's a red line here because I moved my stop loss in profit. I just trailed it. So these are my trades from earlier, locked in 2,968 off this one. My second account, I locked in 3,168. This is my copier. You can see it was more profit, some slippage there, or I don't know if you want to call it slippage or spread, whatever it is. A little more profit off that account. MFF copier over here, locked in 3,000. And then my second MFF over here, locked in 3,000 as well. So as you guys can see, MFF isn't that bad. I mean, they're fine sometimes, but you can see the variation in profits right here across the accounts. So other than that, locked in. Oh, let's profit off that. Partial K2, US30. 3-minute V3. Scalp on the left. All right. I know, Maddie, for sure. I gotta talk to you about that too. I'm gonna hit you up after this. Anyways, so there's a profits locked in across those accounts. Let's look over here real quick. Andreas over here locked in a total of 1,900 off his account. Great work right there, Andreas. 2 full TPs. So Andreas, I know we were just talking about how, like, you know, you don't know when to do your challenge, right? You really can't tell, right? So like the past couple of days, I know market's been kind of choppy. Today was a lot better, and you did some pretty good profit today. So it just depends, right? You can't really time the market. I know a lot of people try to, but it's difficult. See Matthew over here. Nice work, Matthew. Matthew locked in $60 off this account and then 421 off this one, both MFF. Great work, Matthew. So nice work right there. Matty over here locked in a total of 258 off this account. This is his new account. His second account here, 240. Nice work off that. And then his main account right here locked in a total of 2,137. So great work right there, Matty. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let me just copy these over real quick. All right, solid. So, I mean, pretty good profits all around. And I didn't even copy these over to the other group. Whoops. All right, cool. Anyways, back to so there's no entries here available. It's already 8 o'clock, so I don't think there's anything else for us to take. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Let me scroll up real quick and see what I'm missing over here. So let me scroll down real quick. Wally said, why should one use a smaller lot size to lock in trades? Orain said risk management. So I mean, that's exactly why Wally had a question mark here. I'm trying to figure out like where the confusion is, Wally. So the reason you use smaller lot sizes is because you're not confident about a trade that falls in line with risk management, right? If you're not confident, you're going to use lower risk. That's basically exactly what risk management means. Is there a confusion with regard to that? Because I want to make sure if that doesn't make sense to you, I can probably break it down a little more. But I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, if you're confident about a trade, use your normal lot size. If you feel like that trade's going to win, use what you would normally use. If you're not confident it's a risky trade, then of course you want to lower your lot size to manage your risk. Because if you don't think it's going to win, you definitely don't want to risk your full lot size on a specific trade. So yeah, no, definitely. Scrolling over there, let's see. Professor said that is kick butt, over 12K total on 3 trades that had virtually no drawdown. No, yeah, exactly. Those were the trades that I took right here, guys. So I mean, if you add up the here, I'll just add it up real quick to show you guys. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll answer whatever you guys need help with. But let's go ahead and just add these real quick. So like what Professor just said, these are the 3 trades from this morning. These are all done on the live. So 2,968.16 cents plus 31,068.16 cents plus 3,000 right here, plus another 3,000 right here. So it's a total of $12,136.32, which not bad. Not bad for one morning with you guys here on the live. Yeah, no, definitely pretty solid. Valentino here just sent his profits as well, locked in a total of 4,433 for the day. Nice work, Valentine. No losses on your end. Yeah, all big profit right there. Pretty solid profit, all nice percentage gains. So definitely great work right there, guys. So I don't see any other questions here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out through Telegram or email. Just a reminder. Oh, here, let me see real quick. Wally said, yes, no, there's no confusion. So basically lower lot size, lower risk by lower lot size when one is less confident in the trade. Thank you for the clarity, Sean. Yeah, no, exactly, Wally. So, it's just, I know it might be a little confusing when people just say risk management, because risk management can mean a lot of things, but yeah, depending on how confident you are about a trade from 1 to 10, right? If you're like a 2, like it's a very risky trade, but you still want to take it. Say your normal lot size is a 10, like mine over here, right? So I normally take 10 lots. If I don't feel confident, like very risky, it wouldn't matter, because me personally, I wouldn't have taken the trade. But if I was to take that trade, I would maybe use a 1 lot or a 2 lot. So if I lose that trade, it's not going to hurt my account too much. If I win that trade, I'm not going to make a lot of profit, but at least I can build off that confidence, right? I'm like, all right, I wasn't feeling good about this trade. I took that small trade and then I won. So now I feel good about taking the next trade. Vice versa. If you're like halfway there, like say you have one trade, like it's an official trade, but it's risky because it's against the bias or it's against the trend. Then instead of using a 10 lot, I would use a 5 lot so that I can still make decent profit off it. But if that trade loses, I don't lose a full profit. So say, for example, if I'm using a 1% risk, right, I'll lower that to a 0.5% risk or even less than that. That way, so if you take a risky trade and you lose that, it's okay. But when you win the next trade, you'll make back more. So you can cover that loss and you also make profit on top of that, if that makes sense. I just want to teach you guys proper risk management, proper discipline, not to go YOLO on every single trade. Because if you guys use proper risk, you guys should have no problem passing your FTMO and surviving if you ever go into drawdown. Because it's all about risk management. That's what trading is about. It doesn't matter if you're using any of my strategies, you're using your own strategy. If you don't have proper risk management, you can be going into a pretty downward spiral. So other than that, I think that's it, guys. Keep in mind that in a few hours, or not even a few hours, in a few minutes. So Biden is speaking today at 8:45. It's 8:04 right now. So in about 40 minutes, Biden will be speaking. I don't recommend anyone trade during Biden speech. The FOMC is going to be speaking at 11. So we have Fed at 11, Biden at 8:45, and that's pretty much it. I probably wouldn't recommend you guys trade at all for the rest of the day. If you guys have to trade, then trade with a smaller lot size. Otherwise, I think you guys should probably just sit out the rest of the day. Just keep in mind, today's Wednesday. We still have 2 days. We have Thursday and Friday to trade. So if you guys made profit today, go enjoy your day, right? Go do whatever you guys need to do. And then, probably come back tomorrow fresh and ready for another good trading day. Peter said, so we should see the Dow drop to 31K when Biden speaks, right? Possibly, who knows? What I would look for here when Biden speaks, guys, is this area of liquidity, right? There's a lot of liquidity right here on the bottom. So just keep an eye out for when Biden speaks. I don't know what Biden's going to say today. I'm not even going to watch the charts. I'm just going to go completely off the charts. When Biden speaks today, look out for this area down here, because if price ends up hitting this area of liquidity, you can expect it to drop to this area down here. So you should you might even see it drop to 33,700 down here. Right here, a lot more likely 33,710, but I mean, who knows? We'll have to see. So other than that, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. But yeah, Wally said, avoiding trading when Biden is speaking is risk management. No, exactly, and that's exactly. I agree with you 100%. You want to conserve your capital, because when Biden speaks, you don't know what's going to happen. This could happen. This is what everyone's expecting, right? I think everyone already understands that when Biden speaks, it's not good for the market. So you might see some manipulation. You'll see price maybe come down a little bit, spike up, and then come all the way back down. Because the market makers are going to play with you. They know that everyone knows that price does not move well when Biden speaks. So that's going to give them an excuse to mess around with price. They're going to spike price up and down. So other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow for the next live session, or we'll pick right back up. So have a great rest of your morning, guys, and I'll